Hello, beauty, and welcome to my 7-day mini course on using this time of quarantine to create the necessary shifts to start living your very best life. My name is ECAT, and through my business Ruby Ray, it's my mission to help successful, independent women overcome self-sabotage and step into full aliveness and full self-expression. I'm a women's personal leadership coach with a background in ontological coaching, tantric yoga philosophy, and cognitive psychology. I also have a very much unused degree in statistics from Duke, so obviously my life has changed a lot. Now, before coaching full-time, I worked at Google for 6 years, and the last 2 of those years were spent at YouTube writing thought leadership speeches and articles for execs at Google and at some of the biggest brands and agencies in the world. I still love writing thought leadership, but now I get to create it on topics that I am personally passionate about in life, like helping you use this time of universal pause to start living your very best, most fully expressed life. So on that note, let's jump in. Over the next 7 days, we're going to look at 7 practical steps you can take right now to set you up to live not just a better life, but your dream life. Every day we're going to cover a different topic, so it's going to be like adding a new ingredient slowly into a recipe one at a time. And each day is going to include a short video as well as a challenge specific to that day. And today we're going to kick it off by answering the question, where do I even start? Which is a great question, and especially in a time of so much uncertainty. So here's the answer. You're going to start by creating a clear and powerful personal intention. This is step 1, and it's deceptively simple, but of top importance. So if you don't do anything else from this course, do this. Okay, so what does that mean? What does that look like? Why is that important? And how do I do it? The goal of this video is to answer all of those questions so you come into day 2 tomorrow's video, with a clear and powerful intention in hand. First, let's define intention in the way that I'm talking about it. An intention, or sankalpa in Sanskrit, is basically a vow that we make to ourselves and to the universe to manifest a new way of being that is for our own growth and generally benefits the world as well. It's kind of like a resolution, but not the kind that most people make on New Year's Eve, which generally come from the desire to fix different parts of ourselves. So the kind of intention I'm talking about is a deep inner resolve to come into greater alignment with and express something that's always been an inherent part of your essence. The practice of intention setting is so stressed in yoga and meditation because when we set a sincere intention, we basically kick off a co-creation process with the universe that activates our own subtle energies as well as the broader forces that be to manifest real change on the physical plane. Perhaps you've heard the saying, where attention flows, energy goes. Well, intention is what directs that flow of attention in a purposeful way, so that the flow of attention and then energy is purposeful too. By setting an intention, you are basically planting a very powerful seed that is bound to grow, provided that you take action that supports it, of course. But not all intentions are created equal. The kind of intention I'm inviting you into is an intention about who you want to be during this time and beyond, or what you want to have or to create, but on the being level. So it's not about setting goals, which you can, then check off a list, although there's nothing wrong with that. I absolutely love setting goals. And actually later on in this mini course, we're going to do some visioning and goal setting. But for now, what we're talking about is first creating a deep inner resolution to come into greater alignment with and express something that's always been an inherent part of your essence. So let's talk about how to craft that with some examples, because I realize this might sound a little vague if you're new to it. Okay, so to craft your intention, it's helpful to start by asking yourself, what is the most important thing to you in life? And/or what do you know you need most in order to actualize that most important thing. And then there's the format itself. So when I have people set an intention in yoga or meditation or for coaching, I always ask them to craft it in the most simple language possible and as if it were already true. So to illustrate, my current intention is I surrender and trust. This is what I know I need to step into in order to honor my most important thing, which is spiritual awakening. And that intention, I surrender and trust, is short, sweet, simple, and stated as if it were already true. Here are a few more examples to illustrate of intentions, like the kind we're going to be setting. I am love. I am service. I lead from my heart. I own my power. I act from my intuition. I own my voice in the world. I am committed to truth. So those are just some examples. Hopefully that illustrates, and I'm sure at this point you get the picture. Your challenge then for today, for day 1, is to come up with an intention by the time that you watch tomorrow's video. Don't let the simplicity of intention, please don't let the simplicity of intention prevent you from taking it seriously, because this is step 1 and it's where you absolutely must start if you want to make the most of what we're doing together this week. One more quick note. Well, actually 2 things. First, take your time with it. It might even be a good thing to sleep on. And second, make sure that you're letting it arise from within rather than forcing it top down based on what you think would sound good or make you look good. In other words, don't choose from shoulds. Let it be authentic. Finally, I'd love to hear what you land on, so feel free to send your intention my way once you get clear on it for yourself. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or feedback at any time, the best way to get in touch with me is just to reply to these emails or email me at hello@rubyray.co. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, and in tomorrow's video, we're gonna cover how to hone your attention with lots of very, very specific tips and practices. And this is important because it's what's gonna actually make it possible to realize your intention. Unfortunately, it won't just realize itself on its own. The universe needs your help too, and that's where honing your attention comes in.